Everyone, I am Carmen Michael, the professional mic holder.
Everyone, it's Alexis Cardoza.
What's up, everybody? It's the Wild Rhino Clark Connors from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I am here getting wild, drinking an 805.
Hey, this is Billy Starks.
Rip F and Bison. I ran out of booze.
I am the fire starter, the Carney Killer. I am born to die, Jake Crest.
This is Bobby Olson.
This is Anthrax of H2O.
My name's Christopher Landon, Anthony Streeter.
My name is Frank Minetti.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Red Air and one half of the PH Boys from Hood Classic Entertainment, representing the Hood Boys, the PH Boys, Purple Haze, Prince Alexander.
This is Martin Stone, the original strong style hooligan.
And today, you have the privilege
of drinking at Moe's.
And you know I'm drinking with Mo.
And you are drinking at
Moe's, where we talk about the pros of pro wrestling in the Midwest while sipping on some brews with blessed beers and wrestling. That's my scene. Death matches and lucha libre, it's also mean. I'm a straight up smart goofball, not no kiss ass. I stand tall when it comes to wrestling. I'm the king. I know every move, every fling. Get ready for a wild time with drinking at Moe's, where we don't quit drinking at Moe's. That's where it's at, like a power bomb. We hit hard, never flat. Fucking right, we're living the dream. Talking about wrestling, know it's a scream.
All right, everybody, taking time out before we get this show started. I want to thank Reaper Apparel for having Drinkin' Mo's be a brand ambassador for their clothing line. They got good stuff. They got t-shirts, they got hoodies, they got beanies, they got lots of great stuff, encouraging everybody to break out of their comfort zone, live their best self, and hey, it's something I try to live every day. Now, be sure when you go and you're filling out your order, use the code drinkinatmos, get 10% off, and the link and the code will both be in the description. Let's fucking go. Oh. Hello. Oh. Never mind. Anyways, hey, Drinkin' Mo's my 2 cents. Big Mo here. Nate here. He's slapping his ass off already. You know what? You know what to do with that like button. You need to give it the people's elbow like you're the final boss.
You got to do the whole, take your elbow pad off, do some really weird theatrics, and drop the lamest move for a finisher ever.
So like,
did I say that out loud? My bad.
Throw something to the side, like me. Just later. Yeah, we state our opinions on this. That's it. Don't get offended. Yeah. Now that shit's out of the way. What the fuck is... Oh, Deadpool. I was like, what the fuck is that you got in front of your face?
I don't know. For some reason, I just started doing that when you were doing the disclaimer.
Oh. Gotcha. All right. Well, today we have something we need to talk about. Vince McMahon just keeps getting in more and more shit. And not his dookie booby stuff.
So what do you want to talk about?
Oh, the thing that you tried to stop me from talking about the last time when we talked about the documentary.
Dookie booby?
No. The Ring Boy stuff.
Oh, the Ring Boys.
You tried to get me to not talk about it.
Well, because it wasn't pertinent then.
It's
pertinent now.
It was in the documentary.
Well,
so it was pertinent to what we were talking about, and now it's even more so.
Wait, didn't I sit there and say, let's talk about that later? Now would be later.
I thought that was the Dookie Booby stuff.
Do I?
Anyways, yeah, the whole ring boy thing. Mel, what was you got?
Mel Phillips.
Mel Phillips. Yep, I knew we had just talked about it before we got on here. The whole lawsuit involving, well, even more people than just Vince. You know, TKO. I don't know if they're still involved in it because I mean, they own the company now. Yeah. So, but then Linda, which she always came across as like the more level-headed one in the whole damn bunch, and to have her lumped into this, and the whole thing about her potentially trying to sweep it under the rug or try to hush it up, it's like, wow, this is getting interesting.
It's very interesting
because the ring crew was dealt with a little differently back during the time frame of the when the allegations happened.
Oh yeah.
And now obviously they're not going to be running with it like that. I think especially after even though I don't it wasn't that way at the time of the accident, but the Owen Hart thing, no, there ain't going to be no way in hell after that they're even going to think about going back to that way of doing it. But it's just like, holy crap, what more is going to keep on coming up about that?
And first there was the sexual harassment and whatever, and the trafficking and all that stuff, and now you're like, okay, well, what else could happen? And now you've got
Dookie Booby.
Fine, Dookie Booby. And now we've got this one, which is a lawsuit that's decades in the making. I mean, some of the stuff that happened was back in the 70s and 80s.
Yep.
And if you do a little Google searching, you can figure out where most of it came from. So now it's like, okay, so what else from Vince's past can someone just say, I want some money? Well, someone comes up that was a part of the steroid era that claimed they didn't do steroids, and magically they've done steroids. And now we're going to go after the WWE.
You're coming across like you're saying that these people have just like recently been like, oh, I'm going to try to get money out of them.
Oh, no. I mean, so I believe I sat there and I told you about it. When you first showed this to me, I'm like, well, that's been going on for years. The whole ring boy thing.
Yeah.
They've known about it for years.
And that's the thing. No, like a lot of it, nobody seemed to really pay attention to any of it.
Oh God, no.
Like somebody swept it under the rug. It was still there, but now that all this other stuff is coming out, it's like, holy shit!
Like I told you, the ones that were involved with the whole ring boy thing were two of Vince's biggest stars at the time. And let's make them happier. They're going to go to, I don't know, the Carolinas and become bigger stars and build them up a little more than what they could be building us up. So we're going to make them happy. This will just disappear. Here's a ring match. And every time there's something happen, we'll just go ahead and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, now that this first lawsuit has opened up the floodgates, this gives these people, I'm not saying these people victims. I'm going to call them victims because if you read any about it, they're victims. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where when you read something like this, and I really hate to say it like it is, but when you hear, the ring boy scandal, well, they were young too. Well, guess what they call rookies in Japan? They call them young boys. Now I'm sitting there going, fuck, are they getting screwed over? Literally.
Over there, I don't think we're
over
really
there.
having
No. They have a little. They have a little more respect for the business.
Yeah, that was what I was about to lead into. Yeah, they seem to have a little more respect for the dignity and everything of the business than to pull something like that over there. Not to say that there's bad apples everywhere.
Oh God, yeah.
There's bad apples everywhere in every business. So I'm not gonna sit here and try to name names of anybody that might be one, but they're out there. Some are just a little better at hiding than others.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just like, holy crap. And then I hear about the unfortunate incident with at least one of the people that were ring boys back then that unfortunately took their own life before everything could happen. And it's just like, really, you see that, and then you see a more recent example of the sexual allegations that Ashley Massaro tried to put out there, and that nobody listened to until all of this stuff started coming out and proving that, wow, yeah, but
maybe
it also says something about the nature of the person. When everything first started coming out about all of this, Vince retiring, then unretiring, then retiring again, like fucking Michael Jordan of fucking retiring. But the thing is,
that's not what I was going to say, but okay.
All of that stuff, and then it's like, holy crap. Oh, well, that too. But don't get me started.
Don't get you started. I got you.
Anyways, it was just like, now all of a sudden, and then when everything started coming out, I don't know about you, but I know that I definitely heard it in conversations. Some people acting like, oh my God, and then other people are like, saw that coming.
Yeah, if you remember some of the other stuff. I mean, everyone knows the steroid trial was like the big thing back in the 90s. Well, guess what that kind of covered up? Ring boys.
Mm-hmm.
So when, like I said, when this latest one come out, not the ring boy one, but the other one with the chick, that ultimately caused Vince to disappear, get the Benoit treatment. I kind of figured that, okay, this is going to open the floodgates, and there's going to be a lot of shit that's going to come out.
Yep.
And it's already started.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it's going to be interesting to see, figuring out, probably only a matter of time before more stuff comes out of here.
And the question is, and when it all happened, TK, words are hard. It's Sunday. Come on.
Yeah.
TKO wasn't even a glimmer in anybody's eye.
Yep.
Which, strangely enough, all these lawsuits against one of their child companies now, I guess you call it, all these lawsuits are coming out. I just read today that they took primary ownership of the PBR.
Oh yeah.
So,
They're trying to
better hope none of these rodeo boys have lawsuits. Goddamn.
Well, my whole thought was kind of like let's give us something new to concentrate on, to take our mind
off of what's going on over here.
Yeah, that's where I was leaning towards there. This is like, good grief.
Oh man, it's just one of those where you look at it and you go, oh,
yeah, like I can't help but wonder.
I mean, and here's the funny thing: as we're talking right now, as of recording, there's an NXT show going on.
Halloween Havoc.
Halloween Havoc is going on, and I can almost guarantee that if they do a media thing afterwards,
so somebody's gonna
ask the question.
Somebody is either gonna attempt to, or they're gonna start it off by saying something like, please keep your questions to something pertaining to the show.
The talent.
Because they know that if they don't, somebody is going to try to ask about
that just depends on if Sean's there. If Sean's there, yeah, I kind of feel that they'll wind up saying, hey, just keep it towards the events of tonight, the talent we have here, no other questions. Now, if Hunter's there, I'm pretty sure he might wind up jumping all over this first chance he gets.
No,
I could sit there and say, hey, by the way, it's only been out for 3 days. Yeah, it's out for 3 days.
No, I honestly,
jump all over. I mean, you could have said something after SmackDown.
My only thing there is he's already come across as somebody that's like, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about. So I don't think Hunter's even going to entertain the question if he is there. I honestly do not think he's going to even entertain the question.
You don't think? Okay. So you think it's still going to be just, hey, by the way, talk about the show, talk about our talent.
Pretty much. Outside stuff.
I kind of lean that way too. Just part of me would like to say, hey, someone's going to get ahead of this.
That I can see maybe doing something like that, but leaving that for like a press conference sort of thing outside of something pertaining to a show.
Okay.
Like Halloween Havoc, a media scrum right after. Something outside of that, yeah, I can see maybe jumping on it.
Right.
Distancing yourself from that and whatever. But yeah, no, as far as like an after show media scrum, yeah, no, I don't. If they don't mention something about, keeping questions pertaining to the particular show,
right,
I can see somebody trying to ask.
Well, we'll find out in a couple hours when the show's done.
Yeah. But that's about it there, because I am just when you think it couldn't get any worse for him, it does.
It does.
Because good grief, I can only imagine TKO's heads and just being like, good God, what the fuck did we get ourselves into?
Oh. Here's a TKO legal department. You ready for this? Okay, let's see. God damn it, McMahon! What the fuck?
No, it's like you would think that somebody would like. Well, I mean, if some of the stuff is getting swept under the rug, then it's like, okay, I can understand them like going into something not knowing anything about whatever.
Right.
But there's some of this stuff that it's been out for a while. You think they would have realized, but
exactly
when it comes, it's one of those pluses and minuses situations. Yeah, you're getting the chance to own what is, I mean, I don't think there's an argument behind it, the biggest pro wrestling / sports entertainment brand on this planet. And you're going to be making a shit ton of money off of it.
Yeah.
Is that going to be worth the potential headaches if you knew about it beforehand?
I to me, I think
if you have a good enough legal department, it's not going to.
If you have a good enough legal department, and if you're going in with UFC, who's aside from wrestling is probably one of the more controversial sports they've got right now, because if they do it on the street, we're gonna arrest them for fighting. We're gonna put them in a cage and let them go to battle. So.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying there. You better have a damn good legal team, and I guarantee they didn't know.
Oh, I guarantee that they didn't know about a lot of, especially this stuff that's coming out recently.
Mm-hmm.
But they had no damn idea about it. So, and I would imagine, as big of a company as they are, that they have a pretty goddamn good legal department.
They
are going to be able to, at least on their side of this whole thing, getting their name maybe not complete. I don't know about wiped from it,
right?
But I could see them having the impact on them extremely limited, because they basically have plausible. I don't know about plausible deniability.
Well, in some instances, probably. And this current and the current one they've got, the Ring Boys. Yes, TKO would have plausible deniability. They weren't even around. The other stuff, it's possible someone may have known. The steroid stuff, I'm pretty sure someone's like, oh, well, that's the reason why I got into law. Huh?
The steroid thing, I mean, it was national news.
Oh, huge national news.
All over the freaking country. I cannot see somebody with them, even if they were born after.
Oh, yeah.
If they knew about, WWE, you cannot tell me that somebody in their legal department did not know about that.
No.
I mean,
unless it was swept under the rug so well.
That scandal, not so much. The stuff coming out recently,
yeah.
Apparently swept under the rug enough until somebody decided, fuck it, and said, no, he's screwing me over again.
He's a dirtball.
To put it lightly. Well, that is about all I got for this one.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Fucking
button. God damn fucking button.